witnessed the atrocity that we had watched the other day when the people were grieving, as they would say. I'm gonna leave it there and not go too far because I know that started a conflict yesterday. But I'm glad they caught the two individuals and made justice be served.
So,
How y'all feeling about that Stephen A. and Brown situation?
Play.
I said my piece on it already. LeBron James is the bully.
His contract, right?
both of them stock went up.
I believe he walked up to him like a man, looked him in his eye, told him what he had to say wasn't animated, and kept it moving. It is what it
Now
is.
there's people that want to see LeBron now, the way he did. Pick on somebody your own side.
I don't think nobody want to see LeBron. Like, ain't nobody gonna be running up on Uncle Shea, bro. Some big individuals, man. But we ain't got to fight. You know, I had something I wanted to tell you, man to man, eye to eye, bro. Period. He wasn't animated.
You wanted to
He
tell me,
wasn't threatening. He wasn't
yes, he
aggressive.
was.
He told him
He
what he
did
had
the,
to tell him and
Hey,
that
kept
was
it
the
hey, this
moving.
real
what I
shit.
say. The person that it happened to ain't tripping. So why we tripping?
Oh, he
That boy say
tripping.
he understand. No, Steve. I'm just telling you the word that came out his mouth. He said he understand that shit, man.
Right,
He
that's
said he
what you
ain't
had.
mad
That's
at that.
what
He ain't mad at that man about that shit, man. So
he
why
said
we?
what ESPN. He said what ESPN said, and what he wanted him to say.
how could you be
Hey,
mad
you
at
gotta
him
let
for
him land, Reem. Gotta let him land.
That's all I'm saying. How could you be mad at somebody for some shit, and then the person that it happened to, they not mad? Make that make sense.
ESPN made sure he made that statement.
Yeah, keep it
You know,
moving. You know what I'm saying? What had to be done was done. No need to overreact to it. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to critique Bronny on his basketball game, that's one thing. But to take them personal shots, yeah. And shout out to Bronny. Shit.
also shout out to Stephen A. Smith for breaking the bank with ESPN before this occurred. He got the bag. The most top paid in sports analytics today. He's the man.
He does know
Look
how
what
to keep them
look,
impressions up, don't he?
look what LeBron did for that man.
No, LeBron had nothing to do with that.
Hey
Them
Ray,
bills
hey
are
Ray, didn't somebody say it was a plan? Right? It was poke the bear, poke the bear, poke the bear, park right by the bear cave. Like,
I don't think
oh
LeBron
shit, it's
James'
the bear trying to attack me.
First Take has been the number one rated morning show for 13 straight years. They rewarded him for his servitude. Not speaking
No,
about one
shout
basketball.
out to him. I used to dislike him. I don't too much care for his takes sometimes, but he is like in a position to be the puppet master. And when he said that thing about him and what was it, Max Kellerman, was he right? Even though it was controversial?
Do with the guy, man. You know he be tripping sometime, and some shit he be alright. Yeah.
Shout out to him for putting Ocho on, Ocho Cinco on. He put his nephew on, and his great nephew on. I'm sorry, his nephew Josh and Josh's son got like their own little show coming on soon. So
Hey, and his nephew be up there with Cam and Mace, bro.
yeah, so shout out to my
Hey,
man
he
Josh.
he helped Monica blow up, right? And I love Monica on 7 p.m. in Brooklyn.
All right, let's just be on Stephen A. Let's talk about this. Stephen A. says Democrats are lost, and he hints at serious considering presidential run. What y'all think about him running for
Stephen
president?
A for president is sick and psychotic shit. Ain't that how you say?
think he'll do
Hey,
pretty well, man. Get a brother a chance. Hell, we gave Trump a chance. Why not?
I was about to say we gave the other brother a shot. We
Hey
might as well
man,
give him a
hey
shot.
man, hey man. I'm gonna keep it real, man. No, man, that ain't a good look for America. Ain't a good look for our people. That's all I'm
I
I
mean,
saying.
gotta keep it.
I mean,
I gotta keep it 100 with you, Fire. The last two black people, him or Kanye. Yeah, go ahead, Stephen A. My nigga.
Hey, go ahead, Steve.
They was rooting for Kanye to be president, wasn't they?
No, sirree, Bob. I can't fuck with Kanye. Hell no.
but I gotta agree with him on something. You know, I think the Democrats are lost. Like they still in the old times, and they gotta get their shit together.
Yeah,
I believe
Democrat.
I believe both parties in the end time. We just got a different person. You feel me? With a lot of people with a lot of money behind him, and he flexing his muscle, man. You feel
Well,
me?
let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think the Democrats are being bullied right now?
Bully,
Hey,
Always,
hey,
always,
they
always
always
get
been
bullied.
getting bullied. Always,
Yeah,
they
they
always get.
always get bullied because
Yeah.
the they could do something like pass the greatest infrastructure bill in the history of this country, right? Have no Republicans vote for it, but yet the message is negative towards Democrats, right? They allow Republicans to vote no on that bill and then go home and get reelected on the benefits from the bill coming to their constituents, right? That type of shit we got to get better on social media. They've got to get better on TikTok. You got to get a better message on what they're doing for the people and what they're not doing for the people, right? So their messaging has just been horrible always. And we need the AOCs and old girl from Texas. We need the young gunners in there, man. We done with these old heads, man.
About the ones that doing the Kendrick Lamar dances and shit.
Higher.
we ain't gonna do that. I love her still. Leave her out of this.
I'm just saying, like, come on, dog. That I don't think that we don't need to bring Kendrick Lamar into politics. We need to leave the music where the music at, and take this shit serious, man.
But how can we, Stu? We gotta we our president is an actor, is a reality star.
Well, you can't fall for it. If y'all gonna be on this side, you gotta go. You gotta go full steam ahead.
Well, the problem is he's so emotional. Like people are so emotional. He draws so much emotion out of people that we get away from like the actual fact and start dealing with all kind of just surface level shit. Like is these policies helpful for us or hurtful? Let's keep it on that. Speaking of that, this week they also announced the what's her name? The McMahon, Vince McMahon's ex-wife is going to be taking over the board of education.
Yeah, she's doing that.
Yeah, that's what she got elected in, right? The old boy put it in there.
Hmm.
What was she before? When she was the same thing who was in the president before?
Last 4 years when he was the president, that was the same position.
Oh, she held that position before.
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay. That's interesting. I don't have any kids in the public school system anymore. We kind of, as a country, we kind of dropping the ball in that area. So, that's
Can
how.
we do any worse, Chico?
I, maybe not. I mean, I don't know. I fret to say things can't get worse because I've said that and things got
Nah, I
worse.
know it. I know it.
Like
I
this is
know
the
it.
worst shit that
I
ever
ain't gonna
been,
say
and
it.
then shit got worse. I'm like, whoa, okay, let me say that again out loud. But yeah, I mean,
But we just say it's already low. It's low as
right. I,
hell.
I think we need to rethink the way that we educate our kids, and I'm willing to listen to anyone's opinion of a different outlook of the way we educate our kids. We've got to get more aggressive. We got to get more financial literacy. We've got to get more tech, right? We've got to get
What
more
you mean?
skills in the system. And however we
Just
can do that, I'm open to listen to it, right?
say what you mean. Just send them to UConn. It'll be all right.
God damn it. Hey,
I mean,
so let me ask y'all a question. Um, damn it, Ray, you just messed me up.
Raymond, there you go. Don't do that, Ray. Because Texas ain't a great place for
Damn
educational
it, man.
system.
well, I know here in Michigan, we finally, my entire life we've been under like Republican governors and state and senate things like that. But since the Democratic governor's been in there, she's allowed every high school student who graduates to get free 2 years of college, right? So I think things like that we've got to find ways to pay for to to empower our youth to be able to compete with China kids or Indian kids, right? Because they're educating their kids at a much higher level than our kids, and we've got to get serious about that.
Okay, that's where I was going, Chico. Got you. One thing I do agree with Vance and old Vivek is when they brought up about how American culture we idolize the jock over the valedictorian. We idolize, you know, the bullshit over the brains. What y'all think about that?
I mean,
What
that's because how these motherfuckers set it up. It ain't
what's
no
more
arena. It ain't no arena for you getting an A on your test, is it? But it is for you to go score a touchdown. You know what I'm talking about?
hey, what's more appealing to the eye? The brains or the athlete, the musician? That's
At
what they
that
find.
moment, at that moment, the athlete and the musician. But at the end, it's the brains.
But
Correct?
we talking about now. So they ain't gonna
Yeah,
pick the
No.
brain.
we in
They
the
ain't gonna pick
climate
the
now where they
brains.
don't care about the end. They only care about the
Right,
now. So
Well,
that's
right.
the
that's
only thing
the
that matters.
well, that's the problem. Because the goal, the objective of life is to live to the end, right? Not crash out.
True.
In our communities today, Stu, they don't think like that, man. It's crash out or nothing, and that's the sad part.
YOLO.
All we
It's the YOLO mindset.
all we can do is lead by example, though. That's the power we hold. I ain't gonna minimize it neither. That's a big power.
That
Oh yeah.
100%.
Oh yeah. 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 You got to be what you want to see, right? And it starts with that man in the mirror and being that example, and then taking your blueprint and sharing it, right, and building it out, right, and then people who doing the same in other places, now y'all linking up, right, becoming a force multiplier. Like it's really about each one teach one, right? When you get to a certain level in life, you got knowledge of experience, and you bound to tell the younger generation, like, look, you should do it this way, so that's what you responsible for.
Hey, Chico, I think about how many hours and days and summer camps and broken bones and sweat and blood and for their football and basketball and track. If I would have put a little bit of that effort into the education part, right now I'll be way further than where I am. You get what I'm saying? I
Who was
knowing
your
my life. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no? Who was your wasn't that coaches? Hey, we got to do this. You see what I'm saying? You got to do this if you want to do this. Hey, don't it seem like
Yeah, yeah.
coaches
If you
put
want to
more
make it,
time
it was
into?
my dad as well. My
See, see,
parents was pushing me to
there
make
we
it to the
go.
league as well.
See them? It's all about who pushing what. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, and it's eras too, right? Because like think about that time that you spent on that field with them coaches developing as a man, right? If you don't do that, what with all that time, what do you do? Because what I notice is way less participation in little league sports in this era than in my era. Anybody agree to that?
1,000%.
And that kept
Yep.
me off the streets. And those men gave me guidance that I maybe missed at home because my pop's not at the crib. He lives, not in the house, right? So it's like I see a lot less participation in that. And even if you do, you're not getting that financial literacy and all that other side from your coach, right? The education part, because that's where they're at. Now today's high school athlete is totally different because a boy just went to college and got $12 million. So these discussions are totally different now, and I think that guidance of a coach is one element that's missing in our community that kept boys from being corrupted and helped them develop into men and get a path for life for success.
Chico, and I 1,000% agree with you because I know I could have been on the other side of the field because I had homeboys that was on the other side of the field and they got killed. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with that part. But what I'm trying to say is we need mental coaches as well. You get what I'm saying? Like
Bingo. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
See, imagine if
Exactly.
you
we
had a
don't need
coach
just
that
sports
do that to
coaches.
you. Yeah.
We need mental coaches, people that's going to teach you how to be a successful human on earth. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just sports, all the about, you know what I'm saying? We need mental coaches, everyday coaches. How to get a debit card, how to get a credit card, how to pay your bills. How many teachers ain't never tell you how to goddamn go pay your bill online? We had to figure all this out on the go. They ain't tell you how to go down there and get a bank account. They ain't tell you how to go get a mortgage or a car. They ain't tell you nothing like that. But these are things that you have to have in life.
That's that change in that educational system. That bullshit y'all be talking about what to say like sex ed. Nah, we need this other shit in school.
Life,
You know
life
what I'm
ed.
saying?
How about life ed?
There you go.
Life skills
There
101.
you go.
Yeah, Chico, and it's gonna take us, people like us that know this knowledge, and we gotta be able to help get that into them schools. And yet, like you say, they are getting better. Now I hear financial literacy classes, I think it was like in 25 or 50 states now. So we getting further than where we was growing up. Cause I remember the only class I had was a money management class. And that was a class where I can go in there and pretty much leave if I wanted to. But I
I
mean
was
they
just
did.
about to say,
Yeah, and
shit,
and
shit
and,
you
and
did your senior year. You ain't got no classes. You done all your electives damn near, and you bullshit your senior year, man. Throw a life class in that motherfucker, man.
let's start in ninth grade, right? And you go to different steps in life. You start off in ninth grade, maybe as a going to college, and then maybe 10th grade you become a man. You might have one kid, and you gotta learn these things like how to buy this, how to go to this, how to take your child to the doctor, how to we don't know these things, but if you want a perfect country, you gotta give these things to your citizens, or unless you want them to crash out.
I mean, also like let's teach investing, right?
Thousand percent.
They could start an account in the ninth grade and watch it grow to the 12th grade and use that to go on their senior trip, right? Like they could implement things because they've done some things here in Detroit, which I think is awesome, right? So if you have perfect attendance, they straight give you $1,000, 200 a
Chico,
week, something like that.
that is
Like,
that is awesome. Imagine what you just said, right? What that'll do to a child. Ninth grade, I get him $100 every quarter, and or every semester. Your grades good. We gonna put it in the market. By the time you graduate, yo, and it's kind
That's
of like
amazing. That's
paying you to go
amazing
to
right there,
school.
boy.
It
That's
is.
amazing
It
right
is
there, boy.
because and I got this from what they're currently doing, right? So if they just come, they're giving them like money, right? Which is cool because okay, they're giving them an incentive to go to school. Now teach them how to take that money and invest it, right? And I want to try to approach the school about a program, but I have a friend of mine that's connected to a state representative that's trying to work on like some things. And I told him that's one way of a program we can improve right there, right? Okay, giving out the money's cool. I think it's better than buying pizza from Little Caesars,
Hell
$5
yeah.
hot and ready's, and feeding us pop to come to school on count day, right? Get them kids that money, incentivize them. But now let's teach them how money works, what compound interest is, as opposed to just letting them go buy stuff, right? I think that's a way to improve the program. I like the program, just want to improve it.
100%. That's a dope idea. Take a little bit away money away from the football program and let's actually help these kids build a life. I think the stadium, you got turf, the parking lot's beautiful, your jerseys are new, every sponsors are still rolling in. All right, let's start helping the kids learn what they need to learn.
Well, I think you're gonna start to see the transition of the high school athlete become a lot more polished, right? They're getting a lot more development from ninth to 12th grade, especially if they're elite athletes, right? Because there's gonna be investment there, right? So I think the importance of understanding taxes, right? Like you said, life skills, like who taught you about taxes, right? Like what about a 401k, right? Like these type of things,
Come on.
if you just land at a job and this shit is happening, you just in it. Like how many people in their first little situation was just in it? Like 401k, what's the difference from 401k to 411g? Nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? Like niggas don't have no clue.
Hey, when they told me about the 401k, they was like, all right, we're gonna take money out of your check, the little amount that you getting, we're gonna take some away and put it in another place. I'm like, oh no, 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 no. I need everything I need now because I gotta pay these bills now. You
I'ma
know?
need all mine.
Nobody broke it down like, son, if you did this in 20 years, you can have this. Nobody broke that down to me. And that has to be broken down to these kids.
Now, for me, I put it there, right? But I always knew I was gonna come grab it. Now, what I wasn't told is don't touch it unless it's like fire, right? Like they told me I can get it. I went in there and got it. You feel me? Also, this week didn't we lose Angie Stone? R.I.P.
Yeah, yeah. This
Yeah,
week
man,
gonna
that
be
was tough.
interesting.